So, for the analysis of digital control system, first we will consider this A to function of A to D converter. That's basically this A to D converter will be considered as a sampler, and this D to A converter will be considered as a whole device, because sampler, what is sampler? Sampler actually receives the input signal at a predetermined instant of time, sampling at a rate. Okay, this yes, sampling. That means what is what are the type of sampler or the sampling process? Sampling may be periodic sampling, maybe multi-order sampling, or multi-rate sampling, just like I have already discussed with you this in this figure, the multi-loop control system. Yes, we have already discussed this. For faster process, we need to sample it more frequently than the sluggish process, slower process. That is, in that case, it is a multi-rate sampling and random sampling. And the analysis of a digital control system, mostly we will consider the uniform sampling. That means, or periodic sampling. In case of periodic sampling, the sampling instants are equally spaced. That means between two any consecutive sampling instant, the time period is same. It is say sampling period T. First of all, say we will consider the ideal sampling process, the impulse sampler. What is impulse sampling? The sampling process, that means sampler switch, will be closed instantaneously, and the new sampled value will be appear on the input of the digital controller. That means there's the impulse sampling. It's a fictitious sampler, commonly called an impulse sampler. What is the properties of the impulse sampler? You see that the impulse sampler, suppose this is the continuous analog signal xt. This is a sampler switch. This x dot t is the sample signal here. Now, what is the operation of the impulse sampler? How it works? Suppose the impulse sampler or ideal sampler, output of the sampler will consist of a train of impulses. Each one is impulses. For a particular instance kt, the impulse strength will be equal to the magnitude of the signal at a particular instant. Say 80th instant, its value of x is kt, and the 8th instant, the output of the impulse sampler will be impulse, whose strength will suppose A is any arbitrary sampling instant. So what will be the value of the sample signal? Mathematically, xkt is the value of continuous signal xt, and the impulse is represented by a shifted or delayed impulse. The Dirac unit impulse is appear at equal to kt. So since k is any arbitrary value, so the output of the sampler x star is equal to k equal to 0 to infinity x kt delta t minus kt. This is the now suppose delta t is represented by this. It is nothing but a train of unit impulses. So if we expand this expression, then x dot t equal to x0, k equal to 0, delta t plus xt, delta t minus t, like this x kt, t minus kt. Now, if this is train of unit impulse, then it can be written as xkt into this. So idea impulse sampler as a modulator. I think you have already have some idea about the modulation. There is a modulating signal, there should be a carrier, this is the output. This is the continuous signal, modulating signal. This the carrier is nothing but train of unit impulses. You see this expression is this train of unit impulses where k equal to 0 to infinity. It is a one-sided signal. The output will be this train of impulses separated by t is the sampling period. Now, if you take the Laplace transform of the sampled signal x star t, that is x star s equal to Laplace transform of x star t equal to x0 Laplace transform of unit impulse delta Dirac function t x t, like this, then we will find that x star is equal to x0 x t e to the power minus ts, like this. So this is the integrated combined expression k equal to 0 to infinity x kt e to the power minus ktx. Now, in case of analysis in continuous times domain, that means linear time invariant system in continuous domain, we have analyzed the control system with the help of Laplace transform. Purpose of the Laplace transform was to make the solution simpler with the help of Laplace transform, which makes integral differential equation, that is the representative of a dynamical system, into algebraic equation. That means Laplace transform converts the differential or integral differential equations into algebraic equation. It is easier to solve the algebraic equation when the order of the differential equation is higher. That is why we used Laplace transform in linear domain. Laplace transform is applicable for linear systems. Okay, but you see that this is also Laplace transform of sampled signal. But can we use this Laplace transform for the analysis of the system as a just like a continuous system? You see that problem is lies with this fact. That means exponential term is not does not appear as a multiplicative factor, but every term is associated with exponential term e to the power ts kts. That is why it is not possible to analyze this expression very difficult in the S domain. So next, okay, that is why we will find some substitution so that this expression becomes converted to a suitable form which can be used for analysis of the control system. That is why suppose e to the power ts, if we substitute e to the power ts equal to z, then this expression will be k equal to 0 x kt to the power minus z. Ts equal e to the power minus z to the power minus k, because e to the power ts equal to z, then it is nothing but z to the power minus k, which is nothing but the z transform of xt. Okay, so don't think that star Laplace transform of sample signal is equal to Z transform. For the ease of analysis, we have just assumed that a substitution. We have assumed that it is Ts equal to Z. S is a complex. Z is also a complex variable. So this is this expression with this substitution converted reduces to a Z transform of the sample signal or xt, because if it is x start s is a Laplace transform of the sample signal, again if we take the Z transform of the xt, then we know the Z transform only applicable for sequence series of data, sequence of data x0, xt, x2t like this. So this is x star x is nothing but x z z transform xt, or x star s is sometimes called starred Laplace transform. This is x star s is a start. This is star starrdd, start Laplace transform equal to z transform of the sequence x0 x. This is nothing but the sample value at a consecutive instant. Okay, at t equal to kt. This is the expression of sample signal for ideal sampler or impulse sampler. Mind that this ideal sampler or impulse sampler is a fictitious sampler, because in practice this switch, suppose we have already discussed the sample and hold circuit, there's a hold command in the input, the switch will be closed for a minimum time, aperture time called minimum time, during which the holding capacitor will be charged to the new value. That means this switching duration is finite in real time, but in ideal sampler, the switching is instantaneous. That is why it produces an impulse like this. So this is a fictitious or or mathematical expression. But in practice, we will see that for the analysis of digital control system in the Z domain, this is simplification will be effective, and we even if we consider the finite pulse width sampling process, that is we will discuss next, the flat top approximation, the output will be same if the sampler is followed by a whole device. Okay, so this is the expression for the pulse and impulse sampler. So this is the assumption: the closing instantaneously every sampling period, generating impulses. This as the impulse sampling is introduced for mathematical convenience. It is a fictitious sampler and does not exist in the real world. তাহলে next we see that see, the ideal sampler is defined as a sampler which closes and opens instantaneously every t seconds for a zero time duration. But in real time, the sampling duration is finite. You see this figure, the typical figure. This is a continuous signal. I will make it larger. Okay. This P, suppose P is the sampling duration. If this P in practical real sampler, if P is very small compared to the sampling period T and smallest time constant of the continuous signal xt, then we may assume that during this sampling duration, that means P, the value of the sampled signal will remain constant. That means there will be a negligible change in the output of the sampler. So we can assume that this pulse output of the sampler is nothing but a flat top. Top of the signal is a flat. That is flat top pulse. So that is why this is called the finite pulse width sampling is a flat top approximation. So how it will be expressed? This finite pulse width sampling, the process. Suppose x star pt equal to say x kt, so kth instant. The value of the continuous signal is x kt. What is the value of t? T will be greater than equal to kt. It starts from kth instant, kt less than kt plus p. During this duration, this is kt plus p, and it is 0 for the value of t when t kt plus p greater than and up to the next instant k plus 1 t. So this, okay, someone is waiting. So x star pt will be this. So if we add up, since k is the arbitrary value, then x star pt equal to k equal to 0 to infinity x kt. This is nothing but a series of pulse, isn't it? And pulse height, that means strength of the pulse or pulse height, is represented by the value of the continuous signal at the kth instant. So kth instant x kt, and the pulse start from kth instant. That is why this is one means unit step function appeared at t equal to kt minus, then this step function is the opposite step function with same magnitude, unit step function t minus, this is kt plus p, that means kt minus p. So this is the expression of the sampled signal with finite duration. Now is combined concise form k equal to 0 x kt. If you take the Laplace transform xp star s, this is 1 by s, this is 1 by e to the power kts by s, this is e to the power minus kts plus ps by s. Okay, so if you take the common e to the power kts, this is the expression. Now since p is very small compared to t and smallest time constant of the signal, then we can approximate this 1 minus e to the power ps by 1 minus, this is the expanded form of e to the power ps, by considering only two terms, 1 minus 1 plus ps. This reduces to ps. Therefore, third Laplace transform of finite pulse width sampler reduces to p into, that is, this is replaced by p P into x kt to the power minus kts. This portion is nothing but the output of the impulse sampler k equal to 0 to infinity x kt e to the power minus kts. Therefore, the finite width impulse output, say xt, this is a real sampler, xp star t is equivalent to xt. This is x star t followed by a p, that is attenuator xp star t. This is a time domain. If we go back to the time domain from this expression, x star pt equal to p, this is x kt delta t minus kt. This is the output of the impulse sampler. Okay, so so you see that there is a additional term p, this attenuator. So what will be the impact of p in the real situation? You see, if this either ideal sampler or practical sampler is followed by a whole device, you will read it as this whole device, then the output will be same irrespective of whether it is a impulse sampler or real-time sampler. That is why for this purpose, for the analysis of Z domain digital control, and Z domain analysis, we actually consider the impulse sampler instead of real sampler for the ease of analysis. Okay. So this is the process, sampling process. We have discussed about the ideal sampler or impulse sampler, which is a mathematical expression, or a fictitious sampler, which is considered for the ease of analysis. And if we consider the practical real sampler with finite pulse width, then we have seen that there is no difference if the sampler either is a ideal sampler or the real sampler is followed by a whole device. Actually, in digital control loop, always sampler is followed by a whole device. Okay, that is why there is no difference if we use the impulse sampler for the analysis of digital control system. Okay, if we because if we go to this, yes, this is AD converter. You say first what it has been explained here. You see that sampling process analog signal, it has been sampled, then this sample process is maintained, the value of the sampled value is maintained throughout the conversion of the ADC. That is, it is nothing but it is for the time being it acts as like a whole. Similarly, DSC is a whole device. We will read it, the sample and then hold. That is, sample and hold is the integrated device. Sampling is followed by always whole device. Next, I have already sent you this, my class note, signal reconstruction. You see that once the value of the digital computer is outputted as a control action, this is a digital in nature. So to make it compatible to the analog part, we need to convert it the analog signal. That is why in control systems, simple device hold circuits are used for this purpose. But if it is a signal processing purpose, then uh, different types of filters are used. But in control system, hold circuits, that is nothing but an extrapolator is used. Well, the purpose of the whole device is to convert the a discrete signal or digital value into continuous value. Okay, to make it compatible with the continuous part of the control loop. What is this? Is nothing but extrapolator. Extrapolator means at say kth instant, we will predict the value of the output signal up to k plus 1th instant based on the value of previous sample. That means x kt, x k minus 1t, k minus 2t like this. At instant, that means x kt. So this is nothing but a whole device is nothing but an extrapolator, and this purpose can be done by by considering the power series expression. That means at k instant x kt equal to say x kt, where t is greater than kt less than k plus 1t. That will for the one sampling duration. T its duration is kt to k plus 1t. This value of t xkt equal to xkt value of xkt plus x1 kt t minus kt incremental time t minus kt, where t is within this range kt to k plus 1t. This x1 means first derivative, x2t the second derivative in this expression, xn kt equal to dn xt by dtn. Okay, this power series expansion then this is a very complicated expression for the whole device or real-time implementation. Mostly we consider the zero order hold or first order hold. If the derivative is a nth order, then the whole device will be nth order. If the derivative considered is first order, then first two term considered, then it is a first order. If the derivative is a zero order, there is no derivative, only first term, this is a zero order hold. So in case of zero order hold, during this period t equal to kt to k plus 1t, that means for the current instant to next higher instant, the value of the constructed extrapolated signal will be same as that of the previous sample value, that is xkt. This x, this is the constructed signal is a xkt during this duration. If it is first order hold, then we will consider the first two terms, first derivative. You see x1t is in discrete domain, we cannot find the value of the x, that means the x t t t, because in discrete domain we have only value of xt at some fixed instant predetermined instant, say x0, xt, xt like this. So derivative say x1 t kt equal to 1 by t x kt minus x k minus 1 t. Current instant value minus previous instant value by depreciation and duration t, the first derivative. This is you know this is a backward difference rule. Okay. So, but in mathematics, x1 you can use the forward rule, but in control system, we are approximating the value of xt constructed as xt based on the previous sample. So if it is a forward difference rule, then it will be xk plus 1 t minus xkt. But we cannot predict the value value at k plus 1 t. That will be the forecasting. But in control system, we have already acquired the value of xkt and xk minus t. That is why we use that backward difference rule. Okay. So x1 first derivative x2t 1 by t x1 kt minus x1 k minus 1t. If we replace this value, then x2t equal to 1 by t square xkt 2x k minus 1t x k minus 2t, the second derivative. You see that if the order of the whole device is n, then we need n plus 1 past sample. You see, the for first order whole device, this is we need to calculate the x1t. What is the number of past sample? xkt, xk minus 1t. You may confuse that why I am telling xkt is the past sample, because t here, you see that here t is greater than kt. That is why this is reconstructed signal during kt to k plus 1t during the one sampling duration. That is why kt is the past sample. So first derivative, derivative 1, 2 past sample, derivative 2, there is 3 past sample. If derivative n, the order of whole device n, then we need n plus 1 number of past samples. So this past samples means we have to wait. That means system in the loop, there will be more delay will be introduced in the loop. So delay, if delay is introduced, increase in a loop, we know the stability of the system will be decreased. That is why, though higher order whole devices improves the accuracy, gives the accurate, more accurate reconstructed value, but due to the stability problem, we restrict the whole devices either zero or first order. In computer control system, mainly zero order whole devices are used, because uh, zero order hold device can be easily implemented. You should hold and sample and hold circuit. You have already know how it works. It is a zero order hold. In first order hold, only this is it is very difficult to implement in hardware level. It is implemented in the computer system. But in case of input channel, that is AD converter, you know, the after sampling, the, the input of the AD should remain constant throughout the conversion period. That means this is the same reconstructed policy of, if we consider zero order hold, that means x during this period is all xkt sampled value will be maintained throughout the duration. Okay, but output in output mode, that means DAC, digital to analog converter, this is also a zero order hold type. Once you place the digital data, its output will be remain fixed. Okay, until next digital value is updated to the input of the DAC. So that is two reasons for which we have used mainly lower order hold devices. One is the stability problem, other is the implementation issue. Okay, so this is the expression for zero order hold device. How the zero order hold device works. Suppose this is the sampler, followed real sampler, followed by sample signal xkt. This is zero order hold. This is the reconstructed signal ht. Suppose xt is the continuous signal. This is a sampling, say ideal sampler. This is a, okay, sample value. Now zero order hold, what will happen? At k equal to 0 means 0 to t, k equal to, if kt to k plus 1, k equal to 0, 0 to t, what will be the reconstructed signal? Is the reconstructed signal will be the same as that of the last sample value. This is the last sample value at x0. This is the value of x0 up to xt. Then xt to 2t, t to 2t, this value is this value will be maintained up to 2t, then 2t, 2t to 3t, like this. And so output of the zero order hold device is nothing but a staircase like. Okay, step. So a collection of pulses. Basically, this is if you consider this, that each step can be considered as a pulse like this. For first order whole device, this is the expression xkt equal to first term xkt plus first derivative x1 kt t minus kt, that means x1 t xkt minus this, so xkt, this is the expression where t is greater than equal to kt less than k plus 1t. Okay, so if this will look like this, if this is the original signal, continuous signal like this, then first, what is the value 0 to t? First xkt is the sampled value this, then xkt minus xk minus 1, xk minus 1 minus t, this is the slope, this is nothing but slope, xkt minus xt, the ramp up to t, this is the reconstructed signal. Again at t, you see that this is the value of sample signal t and its previous value is this x0. So there is a ramp or slope like this. So this is the output of the first order whole, like this. In this way, you see that initially there is a large distortion of the first order whole output, but after that it is smooth compared to the zero order whole device. Okay. Now, for the analysis of control system, we the hold sample and hold device will be within the loop, control loop. So we need to know the transfer function of the hold devices. Okay. Suppose for zero order hold, this is the zero order hold. This is the xt is the continuous signal xt, the sampled signal, ideal sampler or real sampler maybe. This is the sampled value, and this is the output continuous value. Now, what will be the expression of ht? Ht equal to, this is nothing but a pulse. 0 to t, its height is x0, isn't it? x0, 1t, the pulse start at t equal to 0, 2, and it is pulse when you need is a pulse with magnitude x0, starts from t equal to 0 like this, and at t equal to t, opposite pulse, that means of magnitude x0 will be placed as the 1t minus t. The first part will be the expression, second part xt, value of xt at t equal to capital T up to 2t, then xt minus t 1 t minus 2t, like this. In this way we can see that the expression of continuous signal will be k equal to 0 to infinity x kt 1 t minus kt minus t minus k plus 1t. Taking the Laplace transform, hs equal to Laplace transform ht, x kt is a fixed value, is a step function e to the power minus kts by s minus this. By simplification, 1 minus ts by s sum of e to the xkt e to the power minus kts. Now, hs equal to, you see hs equal to gh0 is a transfer function, say, of zero order hold s into, this is x star t, its Laplace transform is x star s. That means x star s into gh0 s equal to hs. This is the expression. So gh0 x equal to hs by x star s. What is x star s? Since it is an arbitrary signal, its output will be this xkt, this expression xkt to the power minus kts, x star s equal to this. Therefore, hs equal to gh0s into x star s. This into this part is nothing but x star s. As gh0s equal to hs by x star s 1 minus e to the power ts by s. As gh0s equal to this. The transfer function of zero order hold is 1 minus e to the power ts by s. The transfer function of first order hold. See, for suppose for a simplicity, the input is a unity step function, the xt. Then its sample signal will be a train of impulses with strength unit impulse train. Now, what is the first output of the first order hold? You see that from 0 to t, what is the value of first at t equal to 0? This is 1 and previous value 0. So this value plus the ramp, that means this value minus this value, this ramp, first part up to t, down t to 2t. At t is a value of 1, but previous value is again 1. So slope is 0. So that t to 2t will be parallel to the horizontal axis. Similarly, 2t to 3t. At 2t, its value is 1. Again, at t equal to t, capital T, its value is again 1. This is again. So this is the output of the first order hold when a unit step function is applied at the sampler, right? So input of the sampler. Now the output, this output can be expressed mathematically. How this can be expressed? You see that ht equal to, this is a step plus ramp, isn't it? 1 plus t by t. 1t means ut, unity function. Now at t to 2t, this is a step, ramp start from t equal to 0 to t by t ut. Okay, 1 plus t by t. Now t to 2t, its value is fixed. That means this value, you have already generated this ramp. Now you have to neutralize this ramp to make this output look like this. That means flat. So minus, there is a ramp, delayed ramp applied at t minus t. There is a function, say x minus t is the delayed function. T minus t, এই জায়গায় t equal to t তে তুমি you just apply opposite ramp. T minus t by t ut, and this value is again 2 because 1 and 1 ramp, 1 2. Now its value is now 1, so you have to apply again one negative step, minus 1 t minus t appeared, negative step applied at t equal to t, shifted ramp step. So this is the expression of this signal. Now HS, take the Laplace transform and simplify it. This will be looks like this. Now GH1 first order here, this is output equal to transfer function first order hold, say GH1s into X star S is the input. Now X star S equal to key unit train of impulses. XKT is always 1, k equal to 0 to infinity xkt to the power minus kts. This is nothing but 1 minus e to the power minus ts. তাহলে next you just put this value of x star hs by x star s is simplification. After simplification, you find that g1s equal to 1 minus e to the power ts by s whole square ts plus 1. Okay, this is the transfer function first order hold. Again, I repeat that though predominantly the zero order hold devices are used in control system, but sometimes for analysis of control systems, we need some first order hold device. That is why first order we need to know the transfer function of the hold device at least. Again, one important point, you know that what is transfer function? Transfer function basically the characteristics between input output characteristics in Laplace domain is the transfer function is defined by the transfer Laplace transform of output by Laplace transform of input with initial condition 0. But this transfer function of a system does not depend on the type of input. Here we have discussed about the type of, this is arbitrary input for zero order hold, and as a input, and for first order hold it is a step input like this. But suppose if we use the impulse input, so there is first order hold or zero order hold, then transfer function will remain same. So I suggest you practice this with different, at least with impulse input. Okay, I will try to show you. Okay, suppose this is for zero order hold. If the input is a impulse with a unit impulse, say x0, that's output. This output of the sampler will be 1 with impulse 1. Then output of the zero order hold will be a simple a pulse, isn't it? This this is the input impulse, output of the sampler is impulse, and output is a pulse. So how we can represent this pulse? ht1t minus 1t minus t. 0t step, a negative step, t minus t. Simple hs equal to this. So hs equal to gh0 into x star s. Now since the x is the input is a unit impulse, so it Laplace transform will be 1, x star s equal to 1. So transfer function of g zero order hold will be like this. You can easily find this transfer function. But in case of first order hold, if you apply the impulse input, so sampler input is say x0, x0 that the impulse of strength x0, impulse amplitude is x0, such that x star t equal to x0 delta t, input xt equal to delta t, delta t x0 into delta t. Similarly, at sample value will be again as an impulse x0 delta t. Then its output will be look like this, very distorted. You see that at t to 2t, what will this as value of the impulse? Its value is 0, previous value. This is the slope ramp up to 2t, this value. But t to 2t, what will happen? At t, what is the value of sample signal? 0, that is 0. Previous value x0. So this is the ramp, negative ramp, up to 2t. Now 2t to 3t, at 2t, again its value is 0, previous value 0. So it will be coincide with the horizontal axis, t axis. So this is the output of the first order hold if we apply the impulse input. Similar, just like previous way, we can express uh, this continuous signal with this expression ht x0 t. X0 is nothing but the strength of the impulse x0, 1 plus t by t. For t to 2t, you see that from 2 to 2x to 0 te namate hobe. You have to bring down this value of 0. So minus 2x0, again this ramp, this opposite ramp, up one ramp to neutralize this and other ramp in the opposite direction. That is why 2x0 t minus t by t, 1 t minus t. Now t to 2t, again this is minus x0. You have to bring this to the 0 line. That is why plus x0 plus this is a ramp x0 t minus 2t. Here's a positive ramp, negative ramp of applied at t minus 2t. That is why 1 minus t minus 2t. So if we just simplify this, we'll get it. Again, here you see that x star s equal to x star t equal to x0. You got hs equal to gh1x into x star s. So divided by x0 will give you the transfer function GH1s of first order hold. Okay. Okay. Oh. One interesting thing is that you know the transfer function of zero order hold is 1 minus e to the power ts by s. You see that a zero order hold introduces additional delay of half of the sampling period, that means t by t. You see that 1 minus e to the power ts by s. If you just simplify it, e to the power minus ts by 2, e to the power ts by 2 minus this by s. Just uh, one, this is after only considering two term. This is 1 plus ts by 2 minus 1 minus ts by 2 e to the power minus ts by 2 ts cancel এখানে only this পার্টটা cancel হয়ে যাবে তাহলে t into e to the power minus ts by 2. This is a constant part. This is, you know that in dead time is represented by e to the power minus theta d s. So e to the power minus t by 2s. An additional dead time of t by 2 introduced due to the introduction of zero order hold in the control loop. So if the sampling period is considerably large, then a continuous time loop, that means control system in the continuous domain, the stable loop may be unstable due to the large sampling period. Okay, that is sampling period as the sampling process has the destabilizing effect. Next, next you have to have some idea about the frequency response of the order, how their behavior will be in a control loop for different sampling period. So transfer function of zero order hold is in time domain s equal to j omega. You just put it and then simplify this d omega can be written by j omega after simplification. This expression will have two parts, the magnitude part and then the other is the phase part. In terms of frequency response, WM and frequency equal to T equal to pi by omega and period pi by omega the sampling frequency right there or j omega equal to this is the magnitude part and this is if you plot this it looks like this. It's a characteristic low pass filter, but in ideal low pass filter there is a part but not ideal low pass filter. But one difference is that higher frequency content also be passed to the order hold. So if we increase the sampling frequency, the WS, then it will be flattened. So in that case, it will be more resemble more like a low pass filter, but at the cost of amplifying higher frequency, the bandwidth will be increased. That is why there is a trade-off between sampling frequency and the system response and requirement in terms of stability and noise immunity. Okay, and if we plot this phase plot, that is angle gj omega equal to this expression, you see that there is a term pi omega by omega s. This is the with proportionally varies with omega, but there is a term of sine term. you know sine term changes with the value of uh, at omega equal to omega s, 2 omega s, like this. At multiple value of omega s, there is a sign change of sign this term. It will be considered as if 180-degree phase shift. That is why you see 180-degree at omega equal to omega s. There is a shift, another additional lag 180-degree. The mathematical representation, but this is for a plot of the whole that means frequency range. But we will be interested only within this omega s. Beyond that, we are not interested. So you see, there is a steady increase in phase lag. So if omega s is uh, this is omega is the frequency sampling frequency, the sampling frequency versus the phase lag. Okay, sampling frequency টা considerably তাহলে আমাদের লার্জ রাখলে সেখানে ফেজ ল্যাগটা অনেকটা বেড়ে যাচ্ছে, এটা দেখা যাচ্ছে। তো তাহলে তার মধ্যে একটা ট্রেড অফ থাকবে, এখানে স্যাম্পলিং ফ্রিকোয়েন্সি বাড়ালে ম্যাগনিটিউডটা ইমপ্রুভ করছে, কিন্তু এখানে ফেজ ল্যাগটা অনেক বেড়ে যাবে। তাহলে ফেজ ফ্রিকোয়েন্সি স্যাম্পলিং ফ্রিকোয়েন্সি যদি কম হয় নেক্সট টু ডিসি, এখানে ফেজ ল্যাগটা অনেক কম হবে। ধরো একটা suppose a sinusoidal input is given to a device. If frequency increases, then the lag will be introduced. The output lag will be introduced. Huh? Okay, jet transform method for solving difference equation. I guess that you have already come across this portion, how to solve the difference equation using jet transform. You know that in control system, the with simple substitution e to the power ts equal to z, the sampled signal converted to the jet transform of the continuous signal xt. So in digital control system, the dynamical system, a system is represented with the help of difference equation instead of uh, differential equation. Is a difference equation, you know, you have already have some idea about the difference equation in signal processing course. So how we can represent the system, describe the system in terms of difference equation instead of differential equation. That is why we can solve the uh, 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 discrete time system represented with the help of difference equation by using jet transform method. For this purpose, we need to know these two shifted transforms. Say z transform of x t minus n t, we know z to the power minus n x z, and z transform of x t plus n t equal to not z to the t plus n t equal to z to the power n x z minus k equal to 0 n minus 1 n, that means n number of initial conditions are there, x k t z to the power minus k. Just you see in the book, this proof is there. For example, I have given you, say solve the difference equation. Say suppose this is the description of a discrete time system, xk plus 2 minus 3xk. Here k means kt. Okay, 2 means 2 and 2t, where t is a sampling period. It is not mentioned here as usual. A k plus 1 2xk equal to 4 to the power k. This is the form. Where initial condition x is equal to 0, k equal to 1. Z transform xk plus 2 z square xz minus z square x0 minus z. This is the initial condition. Xk plus 2 n, n number of initial condition. N equal to 2, n equal to 1, 3 zxz minus zx0 plus 2x. Its z transform is z by z minus 4. Just simplify this. You will find this xz with the partial fraction You can take the inverse Z transform, then that xk will be like this. Similarly, consider a system described as a difference equation this x0 equal to 0. Okay, that is xk uk, system impulse response, that is uk equal to 1 at what t equal to 0, and it is 0 other than t equal to 0. That means delta Dirac function. X satisfying xk plus 1 equal to 2xk delta k, impulse response. Xz, z transform of impulse as 1. So by simplification, we will find this value of xk. Another example for the difference equation, say this is the pulse transfer function, basically uz by az. Z numerator by denominator. How to find the difference equation from the transfer function? We will discuss later. The pulse transfer function is nothing but ratio of uz by ez is an expression like this. Multiplying the numerator and denominator by 1 by z square, z square is the highest power, 1 plus z inverse this. This is into uz, 1 plus z inverse into ez. Taking inverse z transform, you see that this is uk, uz, uk minus 1.2 z inverse mean uk minus 1. 0.5 z to the power minus 2, k minus 2 equal to ek minus 1. So xk equal to this. This is nothing but a difference equation. So if a and z domain expression or pulse transfer function is given, we can easily transform the difference equation in terms of difference equation. Okay. In the Ogata book, you can find many solved problems like this. Okay. If you find time, you can try. And I think you have already practiced this type of solution or problem. Okay. Okay. I think this is clearly given in the Ogata book. Okay, today this is all. I will not lengthen this discussion. Next day we will discuss about the pulse transfer function and step response of discrete time control system. Okay. If you have any queries or explanation, you may ask me. Okay, one by one. Do you have any clarification that you need? Is Shayan? Shayan Das, শুনতে পাচ্ছ? শায়ন শুনতে পাচ্ছে না, তাই তো?